Hello Internet, and welcome to the start of my VGC 17 Battle Spot series. From now on, I think we'll call it Bazzle Spot, just because that sounds fun, doesn't it? But we'll see how we go. Basically, we're going to be using the team that I used in the London tournament. The very big, important tournament that determined everything, almost. But yeah, I'm going to be using the same team I used in that. Holes and everything. I know that if I was going to go forward with the team, obviously I'd change a few things. I have got a few things in mind already that I would change, but just for the sake of this, I'm going to be going through and playing with the same team. Which, this is it. There we go. So, we might win some, or 2 or 3. We might lose even more. I don't know. This team has got lots of holes in it. I have just had a disconnection also, so we're almost at 1,500. And fingers crossed, everything's going to hold together, and we're going to get through and win some games. Fingers crossed. So, it's obviously a very different team, and there are definitely some big holes with this. Basically things that are fast, so like Sandslash in hail and Golduck in rain and Raichu, I suppose, in the electric terrain. Ninetales is something that I was a little bit worried about. It's one of the reasons why I added Magnezone onto this team as well. But I don't know, interesting to see a Talonflame, especially with their own hail and stuff as well. But I suppose a fairly standard-ish team. I think this guy was from Japan. So how should we go about this? I can't really see too many ways that he can stop. Well, actually, I can. Stop the butter. The thing with Ninetales is it breaks the Butterfree sash as well, which is kind of annoying. It speed ties with Katana, which otherwise could potentially be okay. Nice against the Gyarados. Pretty good against the Garchomp as well. But I think we'll go with Weavile, and I think we will go with Butterfree. Magnezone is nice, I suppose. It's just he has got the Talonflame, he has got the Garchomp. I'm not sure my Lele is going to be that important here. Katana might be, so I think I'll take Katana. But what do we want for that Ninetales? Because I hate relying on speed ties. I have got Icy Wind on this Weavile. Do I actually want Politoed, or do I actually want Magnezone? I think we'll go with Magnezone, but it does leave us, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't be too worried about the Garchomp, because we have got Weavile, after all. But, at least doing this, I'm not expecting to win too many games. I didn't do too well in the London tournament, did I? So, we'll see how it goes. This is just going to be a frank assessment of this team, I suppose, and maybe we'll change it, edit it, going forward, and see how it ends up. But okay, we've got Metagross and Tapu Lele. Okay, so Metagross speed ties potentially if it's jolly with Butterfree. Lele is faster if it is trained that way. Metagross used to always carry a Lumberry, back in the days of 12 and 13. I can't Fake Out here, which is very important to note as well. I can't Icy Wind speed drop the Metagross either. So how should we go about this? Magnezone looks like a pretty decent switch in here. I suppose I could put in... if anything, he's maybe going to go for a Dazzling Gleam, isn't he? We don't know if the Tapu Lele is Scarfed or not as well. I probably should have been paying attention to Pressure and Psychic Terrain and all that lot. But we'll just assume he's not, and if he is, if you saw that, then whoops. Maybe switching in Katana and going for a Sleep Powder on the Metagross is a pretty straightforward way to go, so let's do that. If he is Scarfed, then I don't know. I'm not sure if two Dazzling Gleams will knock it out or not. Maybe. It is very frail on the special side. But in comes Katana, and Metagross protects, which is fair enough. And Tapu Lele does go for a Dazzling Gleam. Okay, so we don't know if it's Scarfed or not right now. It isn't a 2-hit KO on Katana, which is nice. Metagross can't Bullet Punch or do anything like that because of his own Psychic Terrain as well. So let's just go for a Smart Strike onto the Lele. It's very obvious, and a Sleep Powder into the Metagross. I like being able to see the team down there because I never used to take notes, and I can see he's got nothing, no grass types, nothing with Sapsifter or whatever that can switch in on a Sleep Powder. So I'm just going to go for a Sleep Powder into that Metagross slot and see where we go from there. Maybe he'll want to switch, I don't know, an Intimidate in, the Gyarados maybe, but we'll see. We'll see. That is the Ninetales. Okay. Well, okay. I mean, it's going to be going down to its presumed Focus Sash. But then we've got horrible Speed Ties next turn. And he did try and Bullet Punch. Oh, actually, he can Bullet Punch. Butterfree is in the air. But we do survive. I actually have got a few EVs into HP on this Butterfree. So it actually worked out for us there. Okay, so, you know, as you can see, I'm still learning. I'm still getting to grips with this whole, you know, terrain business and the whole grounded thing. But at least the Metagross is asleep, and it cannot wake up next turn. The nasty thing is, he has got the Ninetales out. I suppose I could put my Weavile back out because, you know, it'll be faster. And maybe we can start getting some boosts with Swords Dance. Sounds good to me, doesn't it? So, there's no sort of priority that the Ninetales can go for. I can't fake it out, so I'm not going to be that silly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a Swords Dance here, and I'm going to get, I mean, yeah, Throat Chop, Ice Punch is a 100% accurate move on the Ninetales, but I'm just wondering if he wants to switch maybe the Metagross out. Icy Wind is 95% accurate, and it will get a nice drop on something that you might want to bring in, if awesome damage even too, but no, he's leaving it in, and yeah, we get the Icy Wind off. And Metagross actually avoids that. Not that it really is going to make any difference. And we will get a Swords Dance here too. So we'll see. I mean, we're starting to boost up. Katana is, well, it's frail already, but it's looking even more precarious at the range of HP it's at now. And we'll have to see what he brings in. So at least he's not got his Ninetales anymore. His Tapu Lele, I suppose if the Lele is Scarfed, then maybe you'll bring it in now. And if that is the case, maybe if he does bring the Tapu Lele in now, that might indicate he is Scarfed. Really should have paid attention turn one there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to protect the Katana here and go for an Icy Wind again, just in case. So we're about to find out now if it is or not. It actually isn't. Okay. So, in a way, I kind of pulled his, you know, pulled his Protect out of him. Okay, everything protecting. Which is fair enough, I guess. Now, do I want to Smart Strike the Tapu Lele and knock it out? Or do I want to try and predict him to switch and get a really big hit on the Metagross? Because I do think a +2 Bloom Doom will potentially knock the Metagross out from here. So I suppose it depends on what I think he's got in the back. So it could be either the Garchomp, the Gyarados, or the Talonflame. And I've got Magnezone in the back, haven't I? So, I suppose if Katana goes down and he has got the Garchomp, then I have got... I mean, I suppose the Talonflame is the thing that I'm most worried about. So what would be wrong, really, with just going for the straightforward move of Smart Strike into the Tapu Lele and Throat Chop just to get some damage off into the Metagross? I mean, if he switches the Tapu Lele into something, then okay. I'm feeling pretty comfortable now. Yeah, he actually got a double protect there, which is nice for him and everything. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got this game now through some stumblings and mishaps. Thank you, Butterfree, for surviving on 5 HP or whatever it was. We've managed to stumble our way through, and I'm pretty sure we've got this game locked up now. I do believe. Tapu Lele could switch into the Metagross here. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go for the... This might seem like overkill, but I'm going to go for the Bloom Doom onto the Tapu Lele. Because if he does switch the Metagross in, then it's probably going to be going down. And Garchomp is going to get Ice Punched. So, I mean, the nice thing about Weavile is it doesn't really need much investment, or any really, into attack, so that an Ice Punch can knock out Garchomp. So he did switch the Metagross in here. Ice Punch, so it's not a Scarf Garchomp or anything like that. There's no Sand Veil to worry about. And we're about to see now the power of +2 Bloom Doom onto a Metagross. If it doesn't take it straight out, then the Ice will probably take it out, the Hail will probably take it out. But I think this is probably going to knock it out, but we'll see. Bloom Doom. Fancy animation. Okay, well, it's nice to, you know, kick off a video winning a game. Hopefully we can, you know, yeah, there you go. It's Katana does not care if you are a steel type. It will just cut through you with various leaves and petals and colourful natural objects that we just saw. Okay, and here comes the Lily. So he'll, you know, he'll either forfeit having mercy on his own Lily, or he'll let me cut it up with a what, +3 now, is it? Yeah, not that it really matters. Yeah, +3. I do like that Smart Strike is, you know, always 100% accurate. So you can like Sword Stance up and, or whatever, in front of a Muck, even if it's minimizing, and still be able to hit it. I do like that. So I like Smart Strike. One of my favorite new moves, I think. So, you know, nice to win. Let's see if we don't disconnect. I think that's gone through. Yeah, I think that's gone through. Yes. And let's look for one more battle then, and see what else we can do. Okay, continue battling. Yeah, this is, there we go, the first time I've done 2 consecutive battles on Battlespot. So, oh, okay, so we've got someone straight away from Ireland, Adam, with, ooh. Okay, so this is one of the things that I really don't like the look of. Yeah, okay, so if you saw my video talking about the team that I used, that I put up like a couple of days ago or whatever, I did say that 2 of my losses were to Golduck in Rain, and it is probably one of the hardest matchups for me, just because I don't really have anything for it. Didn't really prepare for it at all, so I'm really scared about this. Yeah, it doesn't matter that he's got a poor rating or anything. He has still got those 2 Pokemon that will do a good deal of work against my team. So I'm scared. But let's go with Weavile Butterfree again. And I think, well, what do I think? Do I even think at all? Those are definitely some questions. Okay, I like Katana, just because it does deal with, sort of, deal with those 2 water Pokemon and the Bulu down there. And I think we'll go with my Lele, actually. Yeah. And we'll see how we go with these. But if he does lead with, like, Pelipper Golduck, then it's just mind games straight away. It's like, you know, do I fake out Quiver Dance, expecting him to double protect? Do I fake out and Sleep Powder? What do I do? If I did have Tailwind, actually, on Butterfree, then I would be going for it straight away. And this is exactly the position that we find ourselves in. So, this is not good, really. I suppose the safest thing to do is to fake out the Golduck and Sleep Powder the Pelipper. Unless the Pelipper's Scarfed, it is slower than Butterfree. So, we've seen the Drizzle there. And the pressure before, so we know that it's not Scarfed, which is nice information. Just it's so tempting to like go for a fake out and a Quiver Dance, just because his double protect is quite obvious. But I feel like we can't really take any liberties. We've got to really go for the fake out and just be extra safe here. Sleep Powder onto the Pelipper. Okay, so no protect. So I was right to do this. Golduck flinches. Sleep Powder hits. Sleep Powder is 97% accurate. With Compound Eyes, in case you were wondering why I'm hitting them all. And the Pelipper stays asleep. Okay, so Weavile being Assault Vested means that it could survive, you know, a big hit from this Golduck. It's just that it won't be able to one-shot it back. Butterfree has got the Sash, which is very nice as well. So it does mean I can potentially Sleep Powder the Golduck. Maybe this is the turn the Golduck wants to protect, though. So, what I could do is actually go for an Icy Wind and a Quiver Dance, because a -1 Golduck in the rain is slower than a +1 Butterfree. The only problem with that is if the Pelipper wakes up. But I'm going to do it just because this is sort of an in-between play in case the Golduck does try and protect. No, it doesn't. It just goes straight for an Ice Beam. But Butterfree will be faster the next turn. Doesn't even take us down to the Sash there. So if Pelipper stays asleep, then this will be pretty good for us. So already we're kind of rolling dice with sleep turns here. And this is the one of the situations where Tailwind actually would have been better for us. Okay, Pelipper does stay asleep, so good. A little bit fortunate there, I suppose. Okay, so Golduck hasn't protected at all in this battle. So I'm actually just going to Throat Chop, I suppose, the Pelipper, and or should I Ice Beam? Ice Punch the Pelipper. Does it really matter? Does it really matter? Don't think it does matter, to be honest. So I'm just going to Throat Chop the Pelipper and Sleep Powder the Golduck. It would be typical, though, if this was a turn he does protect the Golduck and wakes up with the Pelipper. Doesn't happen, though. Sleep Powder does connect. Nice 97% accurate move. Pelipper, I suppose, could wake up, and you'd imagine it would want to be knocking out the Butterfree. But it could go for a Tailwind, or it could just stay asleep. Okay, so we are being a little bit fortunate here with these rolls. So now I can just Throat Chop the Pelipper, knock it out, and Bug Buzz the Golduck. And this is, I suppose, one of the advantages of Quiver Dance over Tailwind. I have got this Quiver Dance, you know, forevermore, you know, until I swap the Butterfree out. It does mean that Butterfree does become somewhat of a threat offensively at +1 too. It can do a nice chunk of damage. So the Pelipper does actually go for a Protect here. It does wake up. Bug Buzz into the Golduck. Does it knock it out? Oh, it's close. Not quite, though. And the Golduck does wake up now. And actually disables something. Okay. Well, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, this person didn't have the highest of ratings. But you can see how sticky my position has been in. You know, he could have made some better moves. He could have woken up. You know, there are lots of things that could have gone wrong for me here. So I have been fortunate in multiple ways with this battle. But yeah, I can just Ice Punch the Pelipper now. It should still knock it out. And Bug Buzz the Golduck. I'm not going to mess around. If he swaps anything in, then I can put it to sleep. Unless it's the Bulu, in which case I can potentially Bug Buzz it and do quite a chunk of damage to it as well. But yeah, there we go. It's a knockout. But there we go. So, you know, we're kind of seeing how these two work together, I guess. I mean, I like how people did draw parallels with Life and Breloom, and yeah, I suppose that's what I was going for. We're going to hold my hands up. Can't use Breloom. What's the next best thing? Vivillon? Can't use Vivillon. What's the next best thing? Butterfree, I suppose. You know, Smeargle is a potential as well. You know, I honestly would like to build something around, you know, something like, I built a team that was very similar to a team that someone used at German Nationals in 2014, I think, with Vivillon and Gyarados, like with Earthquake. Yeah, because Butterfree can Rage Powder as well. I think those two could work quite well together, so maybe, I do like Butterfree, you know, as you can probably see. So maybe I'll try and you know, get some things going with that in the future. But let's pay attention to this battle because it's not over yet. That Marowak could potentially be a little bit of an issue. What we're going to do is, I think I'll Ice Punch the Tapu Bulu, and I'm actually going to protect this turn here. Worst case scenario is he's got like a Z move or something and knocks out the Butterfree through my Protect, because I was kind of banking on being able to get a Sleep Powder onto the Marowak there. But yeah, he forfeit, and you know, fair enough, I guess. So there we go. We've successfully stumbled and bumbled our way through episode 1 of VGC 17 Bazzle Spot. So so thanks a lot for watching, guys. I will try and do a few more of these to upload and put on in the future. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like and share and get it out there. I know everyone's like doing their own Battle Spot series now, but I hope you've enjoyed this. So thank you and goodbye for now.